right, good morning. We got a little warm-up for you. If you're still settling into your seats, that's beautiful. If you're ready to sing, join us in singing Circle of Your Presence.
In the circle of your presence, we are one. In the circle of your presence, we are one. And we join our hearts together, sharing your unfailing love. In the circle of your presence, we are one. In the circle of your presence, we are love. In the circle of your presence, we are love. And we join our hearts together, sharing your unfailing love. In the circle of your presence, we are love. In the circle of your presence, we are peace. In the circle of your presence, we are peace. And we join our hearts together, sharing your unfailing love. In the circle of your presence, we are love. In the circle of your presence, we are one. In the circle of your presence, we are one. And we join our hearts together, sharing your unfailing love. In the circle of your presence, we are one.
Beautiful. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. So excited to have you here. Please rise, embody your spirit, and let's get happy. Let's have some fun, and let's be blessed. Let's get the beat. There we go. All right. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am free. I am free. I am free. Every day of my life, I am free, 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 free. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am free. I am free. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. Let's take it up. I am loved. I am loved. Every day of my life, I am love, 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 love. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am loved. I am loved. One more time. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. Do that again. I am blessed. One more time. I am blessed. I am blessed. Beautiful.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Lisa, for your heart through song. Thank you very much. And also, thanks to the boys in the corner. Dan and Dusty and Lisa's husband. So, good morning and welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. My name is Ron. Great, let's do that in unison. Hi, I'm Ron. Awesome. Chills. Love it. Please turn your cell phones to silence so we can share this blessed time together. And right after that, can you turn and help me say hello to our brothers and sisters online? Good morning, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. Please know that you are an important part of our spiritual community right now. So thank you for being here. And know that your presence is being felt right here in our sanctuary. So unity is a positive path for spiritual living. We all know that, right? Yes. We all know that, right? Yes. Remember, this is the 11:30. We have a reputation to hold up, yes? You guys are awake now, because you didn't come to 9:30, so you have 2 more hours of sleep, so let's get it together. Okay. At Unity of Walnut Creek, our mission is this. In loving community, we empower spiritual growth by modeling and teaching universal spiritual principles. And so it is? Yes. All right, you guys are getting it now. And so we're going to say our statement of faith right now. And before we do, we're going to take a deep breath, go into our hearts. And when we release that breath, we're going to say thank you. Let's take a deep breath and just sink and go deep into your heart. And exhale and say thank you. And then let's say our statement of faith. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And so it is. And I invite the ushers to please come forward. If you are with us for the very first time, it is my honor to say welcome to you. Thank you so much for being with us. We hope you choose to stay and meet some of us on the patio after the service. And if you are comfortable, if you could please raise your hand so we have a welcome packet for you. Okay. So if you are here for the first time but not comfortable raising your hand, you can pick up a welcome packet at the welcome table on the other side of the courtyard. So thank you for being here. And we have connection cards in the seat pockets in front of you. With this card, you may submit a prayer request or a prayer team, and we will pray with you throughout the week. You may also share feedback or request information. Please place your card in the basket with the offering. And now please take a moment and say hello to the neighbors around you. do have a great house band, don't we? So I am here to highlight the activities of the week here at Unity of Walnut Creek. And let me start off by saying today at 2 p.m., enjoy the Laughter Jam Humor Workshop with our guest speaker, Greg Tomlin. Join us to inject more fun, humor, and laughter info into every day. Right? Right. Okay. Help me, please. I'm dying here. Help me. Greg will teach us simple ways to have more fun with folks and raise our humor antenna even during stressful times. Unity's backpack drive is now on until Wednesday 24th, July 24th. We help at-risk children by giving them backpacks and school supplies. For more information and a list of what to put in the backpacks, pick up a flyer on the patio or in the bookstore. Do you know renewing your membership at Unity can be fun? Oh, yeah. It is. It's a blast, let me tell you. All members of Unity of Walnut Creek are requested to renew their membership. Meet Casey on the deck today to renew and have your photo taken for Unity Connects. So over on the Redwood patio, she's there waiting for you.
All right. With cookies and candy.
That's with cookies and candy, too. Thank you. Speaking of crumbs, like any house, our community home needs a little tender, loving care. So join us for our TLC Day for Unity Day on Saturday, July 27th. No experience necessary. Do we have any experienced housekeepers here? All men raise their hands. What's going on? That's so Unity. I love it. We have small and large jobs for all abilities, and all ages are welcome. It'll be fun rolling up your sleeves and helping our campus to be clean and welcoming place for all. You know, I gotta say, having fun cleaning house, it's only gonna happen here at Unity for me. So I'll be here. Please see our bulletins or our website for more information about these and other events at our center. And now I'd like to invite Lisa's husband, Tyler, to the platform.
Thank you. Okay, now, you remember what we always want here? I gotta train you guys. What do we want? More music, all right? So you have a great opportunity next Sunday. Imagine yourself sitting on the lawn in a lawn chair or here on our patio, just chilling out in the shade, enjoying a picnic dinner, and listening to fabulous music from our band featuring, remember Max Brody, who played bass for us along? He's actually an amazing guitar player, and he'll have a band including the mighty Dustin Prock over there. And some of our great singers like Ronnie Ong, Mr. Jabari Anderson, who's in the house today. So it's just gonna be a wonderful, relaxed evening. On the front here, this sort of concrete apron is where the band will be, and they will play out onto the lawn and the patio. So find out all about it on the patio after service, but one thing I want you to know is that for those box dinners that you reserve, if you're not gonna bring your own dinner, you have to do it in advance. So you can't show up and say, oh, you know what, I want a dinner. There won't be one. So come and see us. We'll tell you all the menu. There's vegetarian, vegan options. It's a very low price for the dinner. And by the way, this is family friendly. We want as many kids as would like to come. So if it's 12 or under, the kids are free. There's a special price for the teenagers. So we've got all the details, but just imagine relaxing on the lawn with music. So join us next Sunday, 6 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. And now I'd like to introduce our guest speaker and guest musician, both at the same time. His name is Greg Tomlin. And he comes to us care of NCW. No credentials whatsoever. Greg combines a lifetime of interest and consciousness and wellness with the irreverent sense of humor. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? His, yeah, his songs and stories range from deeply spiritual to outrageously funny, including the shootout at the I Am Okay, You're Okay corral. And Jesus was a bachelor. Many of Greg's songs have won awards, including a recent Lifetime Achievement Award at the Posse Music Awards and the Grammys of Positive Music. We'll get to hear some of these award-winning songs in his talk and also later in his workshop. Greg performs internationally for a wide variety of groups interested in wellness. He has written and recorded 7 CDs, plus a book of true stories that open the heart and tickle the funny bone. They are all available here today at his table across the courtyard. His ongoing mission in life is saving the world from whiny victim love songs.
Thank you, Ron. Good job. I wish I had you around all the time. I really do. Fun guy. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Thank you, everybody, for having me back. It's been about 20 years, I think, and everything's changed. That's not what I remember. But it's great to be here. You have a wonderful reputation. I hope you know that. And, yeah, you've already kind of lived up to it. We'll see. I want to thank Kristen. You know, Reverend Kristen and I have been friends for a long time, so I know she's having fun without us today, but we're going to have fun without her, so everybody wins. I want to thank her for letting me come inflict myself on all of you. I want to just reiterate what everybody has said so far about the music program and the band. Fantastic. Really good. So let's just jump right in. I want to share some thoughts with you about the sacred and the silly as pathways to the joy of now. And we all know the mystics and saints and prophets and psychologists, they've all told us that happiness lies in the now, in the present moment. But a lot of times, especially here in the West, in the U.S. of stress, you know, the excited states of America, we forget where that is. We forget where the now is, and we forget how to get there. And we're going to explore that a little bit. So I want to just share some ideas about how I think this can really help us to just be happier, more in the flow. We're going to go back about 800 years to start, halfway around the world, ancient Persia, the Sufi poets that were writing then. Rumi, you know Rumi? You know Hafez? So Hafez, amazing, deep, profound, whimsical poet, said this way back then. What is the difference between your experience of existence and that of a saint? The saint knows that the spiritual pathway is a sublime chess game with God. And the beloved has just made such a fantastic move that the saint is now tripping over joy, bursting out in laughter and saying, I surrender. Whereas, my dear, I'm afraid you still think you have 1,000 serious moves. So can you relate to that? I can relate to this so well. About 30 years ago, actually I'm going to count it off. It was 29 years ago, just about right now. I got into a lot of trouble, literally overnight. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual trauma. It was kind of a mental illness, long story. We don't have time for it, but I was in a very deep state of despair and terror. And I was really afraid that I'd mess my life up forever, and I would never get back to just being normal, whatever normal is. So a low point, anybody had a low point? Yeah. So you know what that's like. You know how it motivates you. You know how it motivates you to sort of get better. I was looking at my life, trying to figure out what happened, how I got to be the way that I was, and come up with some kind of excuse. And this is what I figured out. This is called, whoops. This is called Just a Little Soul Hanging Out in Space. This song has a lot of words. I really feel bad for this guy. Well, I was just a little soul hanging out in space, getting ready to come into the human race. And God came over and he said to me, well, kid, what you want to be? Now it's time for you to go get a life. You don't have to have no struggle or strife. You can live a life of comfort and ease, worldly pleasures, do as you please. I can give you parents with lots of money, Southern California, bright and sunny, tall and handsome, a movie star, fancy parties, expensive cars, or maybe an athlete with rhythm and grace. You could do the Olympics, win every race, confidence just oozing from you, and the women, they're gonna love you. Or how about a yogi with what's the next? Anybody remember how this goes? Love you. Or maybe you'd like to help people in low places like Mother Teresa. That's how it goes. But you know, when it all said and done, being the Pope is a lot more fun. Or how about a yogi with magical powers? You could levitate for hours and hours and teach everybody to walk on hot coals, sell books and tapes by the truckloads. Well, what do you say, kid? You make the call. You can have any party, you can have it all. You just tell me what you want to be, and I'll give it to you. It's my guarantee, yeah. I just stood there with my mouth open, 'cause you know, that's just what I'd been hoping. But while I was deciding to choose which one, I thought, well, maybe I'll just have me some fun. 'Cause me and God, see, we're pretty tight. And I know God likes a good joke, all right. So I figure I'll pull his leg for a while, see if I can make the old boy smile. So I say, Father, oh mine, you know, all that glory, to tell you the truth, sounds kind of boring. I want a life with some challenge to it. You know, something I gotta work to get through it. I don't want fame and easy success. I want to be shamed and easily depressed. With various physical and mental afflictions. Might as well throw in multiple addictions. I don't need life to be a sweet dream. I want writer's block and low self-esteem. Sensitive skin and food allergies. And when I get around girls, make me sneeze. Make me wish that I had more height. Give me claustrophobia, stage fright. Prone to worry, riddled with doubt, thinking I'll never figure life out. Yeah, that's it, God. That's what I want to have. And then I just shut up so he could laugh. God looked at me with a puzzled brow, shook his head and just said, holy cow. For a minute he stood there pulling his beard, and then he said, kid, you're pretty darn weird. And I know you're just playing the fool, but this time, and here I am. Thank you. Sounds like some of you got here the same way. Will Rogers said, if you find yourself in a hole, the first thing is stop digging. That's right. And it's important that we have some awareness about what we think about all day, because it does tend to manifest. But the good news about that is if we own that, we take responsibility for our lives, then there's power there, right? There's hope there. Because if I'm the problem in my life, I'm also what? Problem in everyone else's life. Let me ask you this. Have you heard of a painter, an artist named Donald Roller Wilson? Got any Donald Roller Wilson fans here? Nobody? No. Well, I haven't either, so don't feel bad. I read about him in the Airline magazine. Yeah, you know, it's amazing what you learn in the Airline magazine. So this guy, he's really quite an amazing painter. He's got a very, very cute sort of specific niche. All he paints are these really gothic, realistic, highly detailed, can you put that up, Larry? These pictures of animals dressed up in clothes doing bizarre things. Like, I think this one's playing with matches. So this particular painting's, you know, about 8.5 by 11, something along those lines, and it sells for like, I think, $30,000. You know, he sells these amazing amounts of money. So, you know, he's doing okay. But what I loved about this was the article that went with the picture was this quote that I have memorized because I love it so much. He says, let's see, how's this go? He says, it takes all the arrogance out of everything you do when you know that God is so much bigger than you are. And yet, everything you are and do and see is filled with God. The trees, the asphalt, the people fighting over Aquanet at Walmart. That sounds silly, but silliness is just as important as love, just as important as tragedy. You can make a profound intellectual statement just by basing your efforts on silliness. Well, I agree completely. How many of you have seen this Patch Adams movie with Robin Williams? Patch, most of us. So, really funny movie. Anybody had a chance to see the actual, real Patch Adams? Anybody besides Danae? So the real Patch Adams is not like Robin Williams. He's 6'7", he's a beanpole, he's got long gray hair down to mid-thigh, usually half dyed blue or purple. He's a doctor, medical doctor, who dresses like a clown. Wow, that was a good catch. So you don't think I planned that? Woo! So got to get a new strap, I guess. But anyway, Patch, he's a doctor. He dresses like a clown all day, every day. He's a clown doctor. And he's figured out that clowning, silliness, these are the ways that he can inflict love and compassion on everybody that he meets, the world in general. So that's what he does. He's almost finished building the first silly hospital in the world. It's called the Gesundheit Institute. It's free hospital. There's no fee for services. And everybody that works there is a volunteer. Doctors, nurses, technicians, whatever. Lots of people waiting to volunteer at Gesundheit. Why? It's free. There's no payment. Well, it's fun. It's fun. So I've been around Patch quite a bit, and one of the things I've heard him say more than once is he feels like the world is wallowing in misery. And one of the most radical things you can do is to have a good day. And show it. You know, let everybody know you're having a good day. So that's not radical to us here in Unity, and we teach that. But let me ask you this. We all know that the world is serious, that life is serious. If we forget, we can turn on the news for 2 minutes, and we get reminded real fast how serious life is. But is there anybody here besides me who's ever had the particular gift or talent of making life even more serious than it already is. Yeah. So, oh, I cut my thumb. No, it's all right. I like drinking blood. I think it'll be fine. Just wipe it on my jeans. We'll auction these off later. So this is a song I wrote for myself about this whole too serious thing. And so maybe you can relate to it. It's called Writer's Block, or the long-term positive and negative effects of worry. I was worried about not writing any song. No words, no tunes, nothing for way too long. I was worried I'd never write again. Maybe there was no more ink in my pen. And I thought about that, and I began to feel ashamed. I was ashamed that I'd been worried about not writing. I've been through droughts before and come out fighting. It seemed like my worry was out of control, and I was ashamed about it down to my soul. And then it hit me what I was doing, and I started feeling guilty. I was guilty that I could let myself feel shame over something so insignificant as this writing game. I thought I'd released that stuff long ago, and I felt guilty that I had such a long way to go. Then I realized what I was doing, and I felt embarrassed. I was embarrassed that my shame could make me feel guilty. All these negative thought patterns, man, it was silly. If someone could see inside my head, they'd give me a drug and put me to bed. I was embarrassed, and that made me mad. I was angry that I could be so immature. I was angry at me, down on myself for sure. And as my anger turned into resentment, I thought about what the long-term effects of that meant, and I realized what I was doing to my body, and I began to be afraid. I was afraid of what I was doing to myself. All these negative emotions affecting my health. If body and mind are so interconnected, my shame, guilt, worry, and fear were making me infected. And I was afraid that I was becoming depressed. And as I began to sink into depression, the effect on my body and mind became an obsession. The outcome of this could not be in doubt, and that gave me something new to worry about. Knew that I might not be around for too long, so I wrote it all down, and I had a new song. And when I thought about that, I was fine again. Thank you. Use a Band-Aid. I've never had a show where I had to drink my own blood. Thank you. Is there a doctor now? Yeah. A surgeon. We need a surgeon. Okay, thanks. Okay, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. It's a little bit gross, I know. Okay, so that's a pretty silly song, but there's a lot of joy in that, see? In taking something limiting and troublesome and bothersome and restrictive and reframing it with humor. The charge is all gone. It's not such a big mountain to climb. So both those songs, you can see, those were reframing with humor. That's a handy thing to know how to do, because worry is the enemy of joy, right? If we're worried, are we living in this moment? No. Where are we? Past, future, right. We're not here. The thing is, it's okay to look at the past and the future. Just don't stare. We get a lot of encouragement to do that from our culture. You know, this is why I say you have to pay attention to what you pay attention to, because there's so many things out there that really encourage us to do the wrong things. Why we come here, you know, to get reminded of the right things. I heard Mel Brooks talking about this on TV. It was on 60 Minutes, and they interviewed him, and he said, you know, I read that Socrates told us it's good to know thyself. He said, but I've learned it's way better to now thyself. Now thyself. He said, we need more people living in the now, living every day like this is our last day, which is why I never have clean clothes, because who wants to do laundry on the last day? So silliness is a great way to now thyself. Silliness is a great way to stop staring at the past and future and just come back to this moment. Whatever this moment is. So, you know, I can talk to you about this all day, but here's a 3-second exercise that actually makes the point. And this is fun. It doesn't take any talent or preparation or practice or anything. All you have to do is when I say go, turn to somebody sitting close to you, next to you, whatever, and have a contest for 3 seconds to see who can make the weirdest face. Ready? Go. Get weird. Stretch those faces. Okay. That was so much fun, my neck cracked. So here's the thing. I'm willing to bet that for those few seconds, nobody in here was thinking about their mortgage. Nobody was thinking about the test results or the divorce papers or whatever might be going on. You know, for those few seconds, we're just hearing that love and that fun. And that's all that existed. Every 4-year-old knows this. We knew it when we were 4. But we grow up. We have a lot of important stuff to do. We're busy. Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is where? Within. And to enter the kingdom of heaven must be like a child. Exactly. So simple. We forget. We forget. Partly it's because we grow up in the United States, which is colonized to a great extent by the Puritans. Remember them? They were so serious, the English kicked them out. Yeah. H.L. Mencken said that a Puritan is somebody who's worried that somewhere, somehow, somebody might be having a good time. So we all, no matter where we come from, if we grow up in the U.S., we have some of that cultural Puritan DNA because that's this country, and it means we can work hard. We work harder than anybody in the world still. It's that lightening up that sometimes we have trouble with. And so if you grow up serious like I did, I mean, my mom told me I was the most serious little kid she'd ever seen. And I that was in my 20s when she said that. I didn't want to. She's telling me, she said, when you were little, you were the most serious little kid I'd ever seen. I didn't want to say, well, you know, might have been better if you weren't drinking all the time. But I didn't. The point is, we grow up serious. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's okay to practice and be good at being in the moment. And silliness is such a great way to do it. Now, people ask me all the time, they say, you know, Greg, okay, I get it. I want to be better at this. How do I start? And what I like to say, because this is what's helped me a lot, is here's a sort of an exercise that a lot of situational comedy is based on. Try not to give a serious answer to any question that doesn't absolutely require it. You'll find that it's way, way, way more acceptable than you think. But it takes a little practice if you're not used to doing it. So people say, okay, great, well how do I do that? Well, here's the easiest way to start. What's the one question you get asked all day long? How are you doing? Usually we say fine or good or whatever. You know, all right. And what if instead of that, you say, how you doing? Well, I'm still getting away with it. How you doing? Parts of me are excellent. How you doing? Well, I feel a lot more like I do now than I did a while ago. How you doing? What's yours, David?
Approaching perfection.
Approaching perfection. So this is one. We have 3 sections in this humor workshop that we're going to cover today. This is one of them. There's a section about how to have more fun on your own, how to retrain your brain to have a humor outlook in life, because you can do that. I did it, and I'm going to show you how that works. It's a lot of fun. And then we're going to, part 2 is kind of this. We're going to talk about how to have more fun with other people all day long. And then part 3 is kind of a surprise, because that's, you know, I don't want to scare anybody off. But it's really funny. Part 3 is really funny. So just to give you an example of how this can work. I got on a Southwest Airlines flight, and you know, you board on Southwest, you board through the galley, and there's usually a flight attendant there that says, hi, welcome aboard. And so I got on, she says, hi, welcome to Southwest. How you doing? I said, I'm hungry. Steak and lobster for lunch? And she laughed and she said, yeah, sure. How do you like your steak? I said, rare. She said, good, because any steak on this airline would be extremely rare. And I said, well done. So you're not always going to hit a home run like that. Sometimes people are going to look at you like you're the weirdest person in the world. But it's okay. You tried. You know, you've made an effort. And sometimes it pays off in really fun, big ways and changes everybody's day. You know, that's what we're going for. So anyway, silliness is a great way to know thyself. I believe that. I believe all of the gifts that we come to God for are available in every moment. All the love and the beauty and the power and the healing and the comfort and joy and all of it, the grace, everything's available all the time. We just forget how to be in the moment. So we need to come back more often, be in the flow. Silliness is one good way. There are other ways. You know about meditation. You know about heart math we did this morning before the first service. You know about prayer. You know about group singing. You know about powerful feelings of love and connection, service. What? Dancing. Okay, let's just stop right now. Start dancing. So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very good. Thank you for that. I want to touch on, I'm going to skip over dancing just for a little bit. I'm going to touch on the idea of the sacred, and I'm talking about the mystical connotation of this word sacred. One of the things I did when I got in so much trouble, I got down in that despair, that pit, that black hole, and I was so afraid I was never going to just be able to have a good day again. Well, as I went back to reading mystics, I had gotten away from that for a long time, and I rediscovered descriptions of the mystical experience of joining with God. So we're talking about mystics that join with God so completely that there's nothing else but God. There's no experience of the individual self left. It's been surrendered. Everything is God. If you ever read 9 Stories by J.D. Salinger, there's a story in there about watching a mother feed her milk to a baby. And he says it was like watching God pour God into God. You know, that's the kind of thing we're talking about. Well, it really helped me because I figured if it was possible for humans to live at that level, then it had to be possible for me to get up out of my despair and feel good again. So what I want to do with the last little few minutes is create an experience where we meditate, chant, sing, pray together as a group and create a little experience where we move down that path a bit, right? Okay, cool? So we're going to use a chant that you know, most of you, called Heart of the Mother. People think I wrote it because I recorded it. I did not write it. It's by Michael Stillwater, and Michael is an amazing composer, so he gets all the credit, deservedly so, because this is a powerful, really transformative little piece of music. Amazing for how simple it is and how much it can do. So it's a 2-part chant. I'll teach it to you briefly, then I'll show you how we're going to use it, and we'll do it and see what happens. So for those of you that don't know it, we have a low part, usually for the men, and a high part, usually for the ladies. Both are simple. The low part is 4 lines, almost the same. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. So mother, love, Father, God. As I said, usually the male part, but either part is fine. The female part is also simple. It's just Ave Maria, and then a Greek phrase, Kyrie eleison, right? It means Lord have mercy. It's Greek, I said that. So if you can't remember Kyrie eleison, I always like to say just sing carry a laser with an accent. And good. Okay, so we'll do the low part first. I am one with the heart of the mother, love, Father, God. If you know it, just dive in, help me teach it to the people that don't know it. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. Okay, let's all try it. Here we go. And then a rest, then again. Okay, great. Very, very good. A couple of you, I just want to say, this is actually easier with your mouth open. So the thing is, it's not about you singing. It's about the sound that we're going to create. And if you're creating the sound, then you get the benefits. You take the sound. If you make the sound, you take the sound. So go ahead, let it out. It's not about your singing. It's about a group sound. Okay, the low part, that's it. High part, very simple. Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison. And again, if you know it, please help me teach it. 2, 3. Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison. Let's try it, ladies. Ave Maria, Kyrie One more time. Very, very nice. Okay. So we're going to start with the low part. Just lock that in. We'll just do that once. Then we'll bring in the Aves. So just kind of decide which part you want to sing. Lisa and Danae are going to help lead this. They're going to help lead the Aves. Lisa's going to sing the alto part, and Danae's going to sing an octave higher. You can sing whatever octave you want. Doesn't matter. But just pick one and sing it. So, or pick the low part. That's fine too. So, relax, sit back, take a nice breath, and see where you go. See if this brings you kind of into the moment. Okay, low part. I am one with the heart of the Mother, love, Father, God. 1, 2, 3. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of the love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. Keep it going, men, ladies, Ave. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of the love. Good, good. Same thing. Okay, a little softer. Very softly. Just hum this one. Just silently. Let all things be healthy. Let all things be peaceful. Be sure to count your blessings at least once a day. Forgive those who have hurt you and those who have offended you. But forgive yourself for what you have done and for that which you have failed to do. That which is done, there is no need to speak of. That which is past, there is no need to blame. Have self-control, self-knowledge, self-respect, and the courage to dare. Be tranquil. The light of intelligence will shine. And strive to make a spot where you stand beautiful. Then the beauty and harmony will follow you. in all your ways and in all your days on this journey we call life. Let's just be quiet for a minute. Okay, let's get ready to hum our parts together. Together. Let's sing softly. A little louder. Okay, full voice now. Again. One more time, full voice. Pretty good. Pretty good. Just soak it in. I mean, there's science in Germany that shows that when we sing together like that in a big group for a few minutes, two things happen. One, our heartbeats start to sync up, and our brain waves start to align, and it's really quite powerful. And they actually stay aligned and synced for a while after we stop. So, when we're synced, now that we're in sync, let's just enjoy it, breathe it in. I hope you got to feel the piece of that moment. It was so great, powerful. And I think this would be the place maybe to stop and share our tithes and love offerings and bless that. And then I can come back and finish up with one more quick song. Okay, so thanks for singing. Ladies, thank you so much for helping.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you, Greg. I was going to come up here and say something witty and make people laugh. But that meditation was really good. So our prayer chaplains are available after the service to provide personal prayer support. If you are a prayer chaplain servant today, please stand. Our prayer chaplains wear the lavender stoles. Thank you so much for your service. Whether you have a joy or concern on your heart today, praying with our prayer chaplains is a powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised up in consciousness. And now it's time for our prosperity celebration. Yeah! Woo-hoo! Let's do that one more time. Now it's time for our prosperity celebration. Yeah! The Methodists have nothing on us, Jesus. Now let's open up our hearts to the practice of giving. I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, so shall we receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature. Can you repeat that with me, please? Abundance is our true nature. So it is. For your convenience, there are a variety of ways to financially give to this community. For electronic giving, you can download an app on your smartphone called Give. Give is spelled G-Y-V-E, or take an envelope from the clipboard in the back of each chair. Those of you at home, you can donate on the, those of you at home can click on the Give Here button or the Donate button on Watch Live page. And now I invite you to take your tithes in your hands and repeat our affirmation together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
This is a song about sharing. Are we collecting? We can go ahead and collect. Yeah. Oh, they usually wait a second. Okay. Okay. Well, that was 2 seconds. So this is a little science lesson, too. It's about something that's been going on in this room since we got here. And I don't think you've noticed it. You breathe out. I breathe in. We're sharing molecules again. Oxygen and hydrogen, but do you know where your atoms have been? Parts of me were once in you. Genghis Khan and Gandhi too. Jesus Christ and dinosaurs. Princess Di and Dinah Shore. All these atoms everywhere circle back so we can share. No escaping, yes, it's true. Parts of me were once in you. My whole body, smooth and hairy, is really very temporary. Every year a new epidermis. Maybe next year will be firmer. There's some atom somewhere in Spain I could use back in my brain. They stay a while and then they leave, but they only fit what we can see. All these atoms here on Earth get recycled, death to birth, like some ever-changing brew. Parts of me are now in you. as hard as it might seem to be. Parts of you were once a tree, once a fish in the primal soup. Something's dinner, something's poop. 15 billion years ago, the Big Bang was quite a show. All this time and now here we are. Parts of you were once a star. All these atoms we've collected only mean that we've connected, since we share what we're made of. Don't you think that calls for love? Sorry. Calls for love, yeah. So take a deep breath. Share some atoms. It's not like you have any choice. We'll all be part of the Addams family. Well, if you think that was bad, there were these two Adams walking down the street. And the first one saw the second one, and he said, "Hey, what's the matter? You look a little down." And the second Adam said, "Yeah, I lost an electron." And the first Adam said, "Wow, are you sure?" He said, "Yeah, I'm positive." And I'm positive that we can be silly and now ourselves, and that God loves it when we do that. She told me. Thank you so much. Really, thank you. Really good job. Thank you.
I'm a rookie at this. Okay. Well, thank you so much. So let's all rub our hands and stretch our hands out together. Mother, Father God, thank you for the gifts of our prosperity. As we bless these gifts, please, as we bless the givers and the receivers and the money itself, may it multiply all over our globe, and to share our personal love and peace and joy with every single brother and sister on our planet. Amen. As it is.
Give thanks for the ever-increasing, unceasing flow
of absolute good in our lives now. Share with us today?
Yes, so we talked about the unity prayer, the young group, and we spoke it together and then spoke it and listened and decided that we have a few favorite parts of it. So, Cecilia, would you like to share your favorite?
I forgot what it's. Oh, the power of God protects us. I am power.
And
presence of God watches over us. I am presence.
The YOUers mostly just talked about our upcoming events, like stints and beach and things like that, and how excited we are. So.
So let's bless our teachers and our kids together. Children and youth and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you. Thank you. And our prayer of protection. Light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us, for I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and I am divine. And our song. You are the love, the light, and the peace on the earth right now. So let it shine